Hello, everybody. This is Escape the Dungeon, the podcast where we ask you to join us as we explore the world beyond the world's oldest role playing game. My name is Mike Cripps. I will be your narrator, and I am joined by four fantastic players. Zach
Oh.
Brass,
Hi, everybody.
Dom Brass,
Or hater, people.
Nate Brass,
What's up, Internet? That's me. Hi.
and Tyler Niddle.
I'm ready to make the magic happen.
Gross.
Each season, we will be playing a different tabletop role-playing game. This season, Season 3, we are playing the rustic fantasy RPG Legend in the Mist, published by Son of Oak Game Studio. I'm so excited, you guys.
Why?
I think this game's really cool and fun.
But Nate didn't pick this one.
Guys, we are doing for the first time in our history as podcasters the most popular genre of role-playing game, fantasy. I got a simple question to open up this episode for you guys. Fantasy role-playing games, in this day and age, are sort of defined by like 12 or 13 standard character classes. You know what they are. I don't need to list them. My question is, can you guys remember what the first character class you chose was in one of these games, and why? What drew you to it? Why did you choose that one?
It was Ranger when we were in high school. I played a Drow Ranger because I wanted to use dual swords
for that.
Yeah, everyone knows what Drow Ranger means.
Yeah.
What that implies about you as a person. Chose that.
Drows are still cool.
I was a druid because magic.
Druid because magic. Well, why druid in particular over the other magic classes?
I like nature magic.
Sure.
That's what druids do.
That's why you choose druid. Yeah. Say no more.
Kind of a forest wizard vibe. I liked it.
Yeah. Who wouldn't?
Almost like a witch, maybe?
Tyler, do you remember what your first character was? What class you chose?
Bard.
Bard. You're the music guy. Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Points to musical instruments strewn about the room if you're watching.
Don't reference that. We don't know if...
Oh, okay. Sorry. That's what you did in the cameras, because we're looking at each other through cameras, audience.
Yeah. Hey, nice
save.
Look, if everything goes well, you're watching this. If you're hearing me say this, you're watching it. Otherwise, we will
have deleted it.
Or you're listening to the podcast and we just left it in.
Yeah, it depends. It might have.
No.
You can suffer for our failures and listen instead of watch.
Dominic, what was your first character? Do you remember?
Yeah, I was kind of indecisive, but I went with Paladin for my first one.
I'm shocked.
Well, okay, in hindsight, it seems stupid, but at the time, I really wasn't sure, and I was like, they worship the gods? That sounds kind of weird.
You were going to a Christian college at that point.
Yeah, but it wasn't like for like
he was conflicted.
Christianity.
Weren't you?
No,
not at that point.
I remember the wooden cross.
That was way later.
No, yeah, it was part, but like, okay, whatever. That was way later, by the way.
Was it?
Yeah, that was years after his first character. We'd been playing for years by then.
Look, Dom is an evangelical. He does want to save all of our listeners.
Oh my god.
And us, quite frankly. None of us are going to heaven according to his rules.
That's not my rules, guys. Stop. Freaking ridiculous.
Rules, sorry.
Yeah, whatever.
That's okay. I'm not talking to you guys. It's fine.
I think my first character was 4 characters because the first time I ever role played was like
That's
with
cheating.
my dad as the GM, and I just ran an entire party myself as like an 11-year-old.
freaking awesome.
And that was like my dad was like, just make a fighter, wizard, rogue, cleric. You know, core 4, keep it simple. That's what you want to do. And then I remember what happened is my party, and you know, I was controlling all of them, went into this dungeon.
And they got into a huge fight with each other. The rogue and the fighter just could not get along.
could not agree.
And the cleric just wouldn't heal.
No,
He kept trying to use the magic ability.
This is my memory of like the first time I played a TTRPG. Okay, my party went into a dungeon. There was a hole in the wall, like there was a hole in the stone wall, and I was like, well, maybe there's treasure in there. And so I like have one of my characters peek in, and like a snake jumps out and starts like biting my guys. And not like a magic snake, not like a giant snake, just like a snake, right? Level 1 characters are fighting a snake. And I could not roll to hit it to save my life, and I had all my characters run away from the snake.
Oh no.
That's classy. Good stuff.
Well,
That's
look,
beautiful.
you have TPK'd us multiple times on a early session, early levels. So these things happen.
That's the experience that made me fall in love with role-playing games.
It also, I see, gave you a certain edge to your GMing.
But good news for you guys. At least I think it's good news. Legend in the Mist doesn't have character classes. You are not picking between fighter, rogue, wizard, cleric. You're not picking anything like that. Oh gosh, there's so much I want to say, but I also just want to jump into it. Let's just talk very basic ideas of like what your group is, who your characters might be. We talked last episode, you're a traveling restaurant tavern. Tell me more.
Well, Zach, you said you seemed pretty keen on the idea of being a chef.
All right, I'm gonna be the wandering swordsman type character that also is a chef. Now, we haven't really, obviously, you know, how everything plays out, but ultimately, I'm going to be a character that has a big thing for food, but also I'm from a foreign land, so I'm bringing foods that you are unfamiliar with in my techniques of cooking, which some people will probably hate and some people will love.
That's fun.
And I'm probably going to be a little bit ignorant to some kind of local customs, maybe kind of a little bit of that foreigner, like, oh, I don't really know what's going on around here sometimes.
Let's be maybe a little careful with that, but
we're literally foreigners, by the way, 3 of us. And I'll tell you, when I first moved to this country, sometimes it was just like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
I
like, oh, was I supposed to respond
I still feel that way a lot.
Who else wants to tell me about your top level character ideas?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a walrus person. Who's
That's good.
Who's the brewer for our mobile tavern?
Has to be.
With the former Maritime knowledge. I'm shipwrecked, which we'll get into later.
A shipwrecked walrus brewer. Okay, fantastic. Yes. How about Nate? Tell me a little bit about your character idea.
Yeah, sure. I had a bunch of character ideas. There was like a monster tamer idea in case, on the off chance I couldn't convince Dom to be a monster guy.
Okay.
There was kind of like a ice wizard, water wizard vibes, kind of like herbalist, kind of naturey stuff. Maybe like a merchant. Maybe like a potioneer, blacksmith, illusion wizard.
So I thought about playing
basically
every single character.
Yeah.
So when you started narrowing it down,
that was the narrowed down list. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, you can be multiple things. So you can be an ice wizard,
I guess,
and a merchant, for example.
I guess kind of like a merchant vibe seems to be.
Sure, like maybe you're like the front of
entrepreneurial
house
spirit.
Yeah. The entrepreneur who's here to party.
Okay, cool. And Dom, how about you?
Well, I was gonna be the white mage, so I'll be the cleric. And I'm gonna be a nature guy who's all into animals and stuff. I'm gonna take care of the turtle. And I think I'll be a medium effective handyman that also takes care of the turtle, which is part of the house, but I also do other things to medium success.
So we've got the chef, we've got the brewer, we've got front of house, and we've got the handyman.
Maintenance.
Yeah, maintenance. That feels like that covers everything you need for a traveling tavern.
Or a food truck.
We'll talk a little bit more about what the game refers to as your fellowship a little bit later. But I really want to get into the nitty gritty of your characters now. You guys ready?
Sure.
The enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Yes.
How character creation works in this game is there's a group of what are called theme books, and the theme books represent the major aspects of your character, the like core abilities, skills, knowledge, personality traits, the most important things that make your character. And those will be entirely defined by what you want them to be. You're not choosing between whether you're a sword guy or an axe guy or a hammer guy. You are choosing the things that matter to you. And you are given what I believe to be an extraordinary amount of freedom and leeway and creativity to define what those things are to you. Each of you will be given 4 of these theme books. There's a bunch in the book. I am limiting them slightly by the book's recommendation, where the themes are separated by power level, sort of, in what the game refers to as might. I'm restricting you guys to the lowest might options, but those will grow and develop and change, and your might increase as you go along. But for now, we're going to stick with what are called the origin theme books, because we're going to be starting our story with the origin of your character's call to adventure. So you will get 4 of those origin theme books. You can choose the same one multiple times if you want. You can have multiple, personality trait themes if that's what matters to your character. Like I said, you get to define all of this. I'm going to stop talking and just ask one of you to tell me what theme book stood out to you. What is the first one that you want to say, this is one of the most important things about my character?
Yeah, I guess I was thinking about specifically doing a character who was interested in nature, possibly a cleric. Devotion, like having something that you're specifically invested in. That idea was kind of like something that stood out to me as like an obvious choice for
Yeah, absolutely.
this guy.
So one of the theme books is called Devotion, and what that specifically means is it represents an important relationship or a commitment to a group or ideal. So you're saying that this relationship or commitment is one of the 4 most central tenets of your character by selecting this, and you are going to get to define what that means, what strengths you get from it, but also one way in which this part of you is a weakness. And as you do this for each of your 4 theme books, this is the entirety of the mechanical creation of your character. You're not assigning attribute points. You don't have a strength score. These things that you're deciding are going to determine how successful you are at doing the kinds of things you want to do when we actually get into the game. So, Dom, I want you to take a look at that Devotion theme book, and you're going to see that there is a list of power tag questions, weakness tag questions, and quest ideas. We're going to go through these one by one. So you are going to answer 3 power tag questions, which represent the ways in which your devotion gives you strength, gives you abilities and skills to draw upon. Every theme book has 1 question in bold at the top of their list of questions. You must answer that question, and then you answer any 2 of the others, or you can answer the same one twice if you want. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and read that first question and tell me what your answer is. You want to keep this answer to 1 to 3 words and make it fairly specific. It's okay if one of your answers to these questions across 4 theme books is vague, but you should try and be relatively specific with them.
So my first power tag question is, who or what are you devoted to? So for that, 3 words: fancy nature spirit.
A fancy nature spirit.
Yeah, I might
Pinkies
workshop
out,
that a little
baby.
bit, but I'm thinking fancy nature spirit.
Okay, we can define that as we go, but I like that. Some of the like example options, I'll read a couple of these for each one that we talk about. But it really has a wide range of possibilities. Like the options, suggestions here are like ailing wise elder or childhood sweetheart might be the subject of your devotion, but it can also be something like become a knight, heal the sick. So you get a sense of how much room there is to define this as you want. So you are devoted to some sort of nature spirit. That's really interesting. So you've got 2 more of those power tag questions to choose from to further define what this means for your character.
Okay, well, what action do you most commonly take in service of your devotion? I think this is where I want to take care of the turtle. But do I need that for a different? Is there a better thing I can use for that?
That's in kind
Because
of
I do think this is
depends on
tied to my relationship with the turtle, but I'm fine having that as a separate trait as well.
Yeah, so the way these theme books work is you can definitely take a character idea that you have and make it like a subsection within a theme book. Or you can kind of make that its own theme, which allows you to provide more depth to that one specific thing. So if having, you guys have talked about having like a large turtle companion to the party that follows you around and like sort of helps you with your restaurant business. If that feels like a minor thing to you, I think we can make it work being just like one answer to a question.
What I would say,
I can use it for something else.
Is the thing is too though, would kind of just, I guess, ask, could you, for example, have like themes be somewhat interlinked, right? Like in the let's say for example, he has a major theme that is to do with having the turtle, right?
Yeah.
But like part of his devotion theme could
but I can just make the
devotion taking care of the turtle as well, right?
Potentially, maybe. Let me throw out a suggestion here. Maybe like the question is, what's like an act that is important to you, right? Or to your devotion.
Yeah, essentially an act that you do in service of worship.
That might be something like friend to animals.
Yeah,
or
I was thinking more generic, or healing. It's specific.
Yeah, and so that gives like a little bit of flavor to this particular thing, unique to this particular thing, to your devotion. And then the turtle can be a companion theme book for
and you've got like you are fulfilling your devotion in a sense, friend to animal.
Yeah, it's still linked, but by giving it the general terminology.
That makes sense.
And then I need one more. For now, I'm just gonna have a big wooden shield that is a representation of my devotion.
Totally. Yeah, like items and equipment can be, part of your answers here. So, what do you carry? A big wooden shield. I think that's great, Dom. So, let's just run through your power tags again real quick for this.
Absolutely. So obviously A, who am I devoted to? That's going to be a fancy nature spirit. And then it's the second one, B, what action do you most commonly take in service of your devotion? You most commonly take in service with your devotion. So just taking care of animals and being a friend to animals.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one was, what does the object of your what is an object of your devotion? And I have a big wooden shield that helps me protect animals and stuff.
Great. Now you also have a weakness from this tag or from this theme. You're going to have a weakness from every theme that you come from.
Fantastic.
I want to give you guys a piece of advice here. Make this something that will come up, because you ultimately want to be drawing upon this weakness as you play. Because enacting that weakness, having it come up in gameplay, is one of the ways you actually improve your themes. So don't try and be sneaky with this. Don't try and be like, my weakness is I care too much.
Look, I see what you're saying, but you have seen the kind of stupid decisions we've made in the sake of role playing.
Totally. I I'm also not suggesting make it something that will come up all the time for everything you do, but like don't try to
See,
like
that would be the proper sneaky thing to do, right? Rack up experience points as quick as possible.
yeah, it should be in the middle ground here of something that like will often enough be something that impacts you.
So what I'm thinking is I'm going to make it so my character is trying to be a paladin. So maybe it's a war spirit, right? But he's very weak and not good at that.
Well, hold
Not
hold
a
that
war
thought
nature.
hold that
Yeah.
for 1 second, Dom, because you're going to see under the list of power tag questions, weakness tag questions. You're going to pick and
What are
answer
you-
one of those
Oh,
again in
specific.
a 1 to 3 word answer.
Just one of them, right? What are you blind to because of your devotion? Because that just seems the more fun thing.
That's interesting.
You can't see things unless they're moving, like a T-Rex.
That's pretty funny.
Blind lack of motion.
Literally. No, I think it's got to be some kind of social ignorance, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. If anyone wants
Sarcasm?
Sarcasm. I don't understand sarcasm. Is
Hey,
that going to be
that-
confusing for me?
That like
Might get
is
confused while
something
playing,
that can
but-
work for this.
You can be like Drax.
Takes things literally, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna for
Blind
now. I'm
to
gonna say,
tone.
yeah, blind to tone just doesn't seem to connect on sarcasm and the like. So
I like that. I think that's an interesting little quirk to you. You're so devoted to this nature spirit who probably like has a very flat affect and doesn't use like sarcasm, doesn't tell jokes, right? Oh, that's gonna be hard for me. But like it is a very literal spirit, and your devotion to them means that some of those subtler human intricacies maybe you don't really
it's
get.
kind of escaping my character. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's very cool. I like Tyler,
Yes.
Walrus Man.
Walrus Man.
Tell me which of these
Cuckoo,
many
cuckoo.
themes that you were discussing earlier do you want to focus on right now?
I chose circumstance. And my initial power tag question is, what circumstance do you find yourself in? I'm shipwrecked. Darn.
Just one word answer: shipwrecked.
Yep.
I like that. That's very
But
fun.
you're a walrus. You could swim home.
I could swim home, but that has to do with another one of my theme cards that makes that difficult, and we'll get into that later.
Well, tell me more about being shipwrecked. What are the power tag questions that you've answered for that?
I chose the second power tag question. What tools or trappings of your position or station do you carry? I got a lot of rope. Always need rope.
Always
need rope. Got a lot of rope. You always need it.
You're
an
just
adventurer?
some rope, not just a rope. Lots of rope.
You need it. You're a sailor. You need rope.
Dude, you need rope. Oh, I get that.
The other power tag question I picked was power tag question H. What knowledge or knack is common to people in your position? I got sailing skills.
Yeah.
Pretty.
You're shipwrecked. You got sailing skills. You got lots of rope. So let's talk about sailing skills real quick, because I think that is a good example of like a vague power tag, sort of what I was talking about earlier. So when we're playing the game, you're going to be drawing upon these power tags to help you do the things you're trying to do. Vague power tags are totally fine but it might require a little bit more detail, or it might require some sort of setup to like do what you need to do, because sailing skills encompasses a ton of things, right? Down to like, I'm a strong guy because I have sailing skills. That's sort of like a thing you can argue in this game. I get a bonus to attack this monster because I have sailing skills. Sometimes I might be like, sure. Sometimes I might say, I need a little more than that in the moment. I think that's like a good line between vague and specific. I think that's evocative, but I just want to talk about that right now. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Sure.
Absolutely.
Cool. Very cool. Sailing skills. What is the weakness tag question you chose for being shipwrecked?
The weakness tag question I picked was question A. What's the biggest challenge you face due to your unique position? I picked A, the ocean.
Oh, that's fun.
He's
afraid of the ocean.
Your biggest challenge is the ocean.
Yes.
Okay.
I am shipwrecked.
Let's talk about that a little bit. Because I'm not 100% sure what to do with that as the narrator.
Water phobia?
Well, my quest is to get a ship or passage. I got places to be, and the ocean is between me and that.
Is it your character is afraid of the ocean at this point? Or are you thinking just like you can't currently cross it, or...
Oh, I'll almost surely die. Well, I have predators, you know.
Just traveling us till you can get to a boat?
Oh, no, I'm in it for the long haul. Don't worry, guys.
Okay.
See, this is kind of the problem. All of my theme cards like kind of tie into each other. So it's a little hard to describe one without describing the other ones. Because I'm migratory.
Okay.
Well, we can also dive back and look into things, because I was kind of saying stuff and I'm like, it's probably going to be around this, and if you need to...
We might fine-tune that one a little bit, Tyler, just to like make it so that we're on the same page about what that means for the game. But I like the idea here. I like the vision that it's providing for the character. You are away from home. You've got the tools from your old life and the skill set from it, but there's this barrier preventing you from going back.
Yes.
And I think that's something cool that we can really build upon. So we've got our shipwrecked person. Very, very cool. Zach, how about you? Tell me about one of your theme books that you're excited about.
All right, let's go with people.
Let's go.
Okay, that means it refers to your ancestry, heritage, culture, species. Again, a lot of different places to go with this. The first power tag question that you have to answer is, what do your people call themselves or their members?
Let's go with the Kairu.
Boom.
Kairu. Okay. What does that mean? Let me ask you that.
As in people from that nation, the Kairu people.
Let me pull back a little bit here. So like the examples for this theme kit are Highlander, Caravan Folk, Battle Rider. Like the name kind of is a thing, you know what I mean? So like Kairu, cool proper noun, we can use that. But like what does that mean to your people?
Well, where I was going with this is, again, this is specifically me as somebody from another place.
Right.
Right? So this is my culture, heritage, ancestry.
Mm-hmm.
right? So, you know,
Is it like an empire? What's
yeah,
kind of
I mean,
the government
it could be
structure?
that could be cool. An empire.
Yeah, it could be like
Or a series of like warring city states.
yeah, it could be something like that.
Yeah,
That's
I think
fun.
that gives us something to work on here. So maybe like imperial people or
Sure.
something along those lines.
Yeah, imperial people sounds good.
Okay, cool. You are a member of the imperial people from an imperial nation of Kairu. Tell me more about your power tag questions.
Well, okay. So, what is a common combat style or tactical weapon used by your people? And it is the particular curved swords that we use.
That's very cool. Curved swords. Tell me about them curves, dude.
Nasty.
How curvy we talking?
We're talking similar to a scimitar.
Okay, so not like full like bladed hula hoop.
No, not that
I was
that
hoping it was
crazy.
like 11 sword vibe.
Yes.
It's like a
the curved swords of the Kairu people. Very cool. What's another one?
And then I guess just to bring it home with that, an item of cultural significance that I carry with me is one of these swords.
So you don't really need to do that because
Okay. I've already defined that.
Redundancies are okay. Like that is because essentially each one of these that you have is giving you a bonus to things that you do when you draw upon that power tag. But I think in this particular case, like you don't need to say you have that sword because
I already pointed out that
yeah.
that's about
That's a
that,
unique thing about
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Okay, then that's helpful. A useful quality, very typical of your people. Can I say like very honor driven?
Yeah, I think that works. Honor driven. Very cool. So that like gives your character a sense just with this one theme of their equipment, their personality, their background. That's what I really like about this. It really lets you customize and be flexible in what you're doing, and you still have 3 more themes to pick from. So we're already seeing this vision here. What is a weakness tag for this?
This is a little bit vague in how it puts it. When you're hindered by your cultural ways or inherited trait, when are you hindered by your cultural ways or inherited traits? And I would say, going back to, I am, because of my, cultural upbringing, I'm unfamiliar with, like where I'm at and the cultural norms and everything around me.
Okay. How do we want to say that in 1 to 3 words?
Ooh, that's a good point. 1 to 3
Stuck
words.
in your ways.
Culture clash?
Yeah, culture clash.
Culture shock.
Culture
Yeah, sure.
shock.
Culture shock. Yeah.
I think that works. Culture shock. You just don't really know much about this area that you're in. Nate, are you ready? I know you've been going back and forth. You had 1,000 ideas. Are you ready to give me one set in stone?
Sure.
Ready's the wrong word.
Am I willing? Yeah. All right. Well, obviously, let's do a magic trait.
There we go. Easy.
Wouldn't be a Nate character without magic unless you're playing a robot.
Thank you. This guy gets me.
Yeah, magic. Sorcery and witchcraft, innate magical abilities, power granted by deities or spirits. Your first question under the magic power trait. What is your magical nature, art, or expression?
Let's go with illusion magic.
Illusion. Okay, you're going with the illusionist. All righty. Tell me about your power tag questions for illusion magic.
Power tag questions. Let's go with what specific magical ability, maneuver, or spell do you use regularly? I'm thinking like illusory double.
Yeah, sure.
Where I can like make a illusory me or like double like an item or something, so people think, just like create like a clone of something.
Yeah, absolutely. And to go back to what I was saying to Zach about like redundancies or doubling up on things, this is actually where I think it's a really good example of it, because whenever you are trying to create an illusion with this character, right? Whenever you are drawing upon that power, you'll get a bonus to your die roll for each of those power tags that you're able to draw on. So whenever you do illusion magic, you get a +1 from that. But
Cool.
When you're specifically doing your illusory double trick, you're even better at that. So that's the kind of point where that's actually good for your character. So
cool.
Good job, Nate.
That seems to be kind of like just how the magic works. Is that one is very like you're gonna be kind of set as like a very specific thing, but also if you're doing it into the right circumstances, like it's gonna be a really good roll.
Exactly. That's how some of these are. Like if any of you take the skill or profession traits, that's going to be the same way with that. So like you're going to be good at the things that you're going to be good at. You've got one more question to answer there, Nate.
I was thinking, which personal style or flourish have you added to your magic? I was thinking some kind of like throwing sound.
Okay. Yeah. Throwing sound or like ventriloquism.
Yeah, so I can like make my really illusions make like better, more realistic sounds like from their area and that kind of thing.
I like that.
Really, just make it like super believable stuff.
Yeah, like you almost like specialize in sounds, sound effects. What weakness tag question are you going to answer?
What conditions, uses, or targets are unfavorable to your magic? I'm thinking like it's hard for me to recreate something unless I've like really studied it and really know it.
Okay.
So like if it's like me creating an illusion of myself or like one of my friends or family, like that's pretty easy because I know them well. But like it's hard for me to like look at someone and be like, oh, I'm gonna make them.
Yeah, or something just like off the top of your head. Like, okay, interesting. How do you want to phrase that?
What are unfavorable to your magic? Exact measurements needed?
Yeah. I think that's the more imprecise it is or generic or whatever, it's harder for you. I like that. I like that a lot.
You carry around a tape measure.
Very good. One thing I want to now mention for all of you, when you're looking at these theme books, underneath the weakness tag questions, there's also a section for quest ideas. each of your themes, all 4 of them, are going to have a quest associated with them. This is something that you are trying to accomplish, or maybe it's a mantra or motto that you carry with you related to that theme. There will be specific suggestions for each theme, but it's something that you are following or working towards in relationship to that theme. Those are a little bigger in scale than the power tag questions. I'm not gonna make you come up with those on the spot if you don't have them, but it's something you're gonna need to think about and have defined before we do our first session. Does all that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Each of you are going to get 3 more themes on top of what we just talked about. I don't think we need to go into the exact details for all of them, but if you guys have those picked out and just want to talk about them very briefly, like just what your answers to the first question of each of those books might be, let's go through those real quick. Everybody
Real
ready for that?
Quick question on that. Mike, in your opinion, do you think we should have at least one trait related to combat? What is your kind of thought on like how much combat you're expecting from this game? Like, should I make sure I do pick something that can be related to that? Like, technically, I could find some way to use illusions in combat, but like that's not what I kind of picked that for, you know?
You don't need to have like an offensive firepower theme, is what I would say. There will be combat, there will be a fair amount of it, just because, again, like that's kind of the genre to a certain extent, but like your illusion stuff might be enough for you, because even if you are not directly attacking enemies, you are still going to be able to use the skills you have to provide aid and support and bonuses to what your allies are trying to do. So I think it's very playable by not having just like fire magic or whatever, if that's not your vision.
So
for
Nate
this
takes
character.
4 magic things.
Okay, I was just
Illusion,
curious
fire,
'cause-
ice, and death magic.
Like I
Well,
know with
like-
Urban Shadows, I like specifically was like, oh, Zach and Dom are both going to be good at combat. I'm not going to take a combat spell.
Yeah.
And then we got into a fight and it was like, I probably should have taken that combat spell.
Yeah, I think Urban Shadows was like a little unclear in that regard to like just how those situations play out in a way that none of us like fully got right away. But this is a game where like Samwise Gamgee is like a fully functional playable character, and like did he ever fight anybody in Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Yeah, but it was like, backstabby
Build a
bullshit,
giant
probably.
spider.
He did, yeah, stab that one guy
Or
in the
like
back. I was thinking
Pippin.
the same
Did
dude.
Pippin ever get into a fight?
Yeah,
Pippin
he
found
literally
all
wrote
of
trees into
the
battle.
magic
Yeah, that
Lord
was
of the
pretty
Rings
whatever.
weed.
Yeah, but did
Um,
he get into a fist fight with an orc? I don't think so.
No, but he watched
No,
Denethor
no.
eat those tomato
Dom,
grapes.
that's not a
and
fight.
That was scary. That's a rough scene. That's all I'm saying. He had to sing that song. Just saying.
Tyler, I know
Tyler?
you've like basically made your entire character already. Just go
Yeah.
through your other themes real quick.
Such an only
Sure.
child of him.
Hey, I'm not the one who played an entire party.
He's also an only child.
Yeah,
You guys
that
are a
was
different
literally
breed.
why I did it.
Yeah, like what?
I could have ridden my bike to your house and played with you. We both are.
This was like 8 years before we met.
Well,
Yeah,
how did you not
Tyler.
meet me? I'm awesome. Anyway,
You're a year younger than him.
by a year.
School.
We grew up like half a mile away from each other.
I did not know everyone within a year age of me that was within a half mile.
Same, not even close.
Anyway, we got my adventure theme card. Uncanny Being.
No, Tyler,
Which
you
means
can't
I'm-
take
There is
you
no
pick
adventure
4
theme
origin
cards.
themes.
4 origin themes.
4 origin themes. No adventure
What?
themes. That's what
Once
we've been
we
saying.
get level up, we
you
get
can
adventure
also
themes.
do ones of varying. There are
well,
some
I
that's-
fucked
that
up
are
then.
tagged
Then
varying.
ignore
Yeah.
all this.
Can we
'cause-
do those as
hold
well,
on. No,
or-
hold on.
Did you take a legend theme? That would be funny.
No, listen.
What
Here,
themes did you
I
pick?
have the rulebook open, okay?
Mhm.
Your hero can have any mix of themes of different types.
Yeah, but
from all
Right.
three
did
I
you
was
categories.
read
saying-
the Discord?
Yeah,
I
Did you
said
listen to the words
I
that
am
came from Mike?
restricting it to origin.
it's
Yeah.
like
What?
And I said multiple times, open the origin theme book thing that Mike shared because it's just the ones that you can pick. And you said, I don't need to. I already have it open.
Yeah.
Well,
so-
then I
that's
guess
got
I
a
gotta
point.
remake my character then.
The,
All right,
the,
so someone
the
else wanna
nice thing, Tyler,
start?
is that a lot of the like higher might theme books are sort of like natural progression of the lower ones. So like instead of Uncanny Being, you just have
Yeah,
to
we're
choose
picking people.
Yeah.
All right, we're changing it to people. Annoying. Setting,
No
you're putting
worries, it's like
rules
the
on
same
top of
thing.
it.
annoying that I didn't listen to
Yeah,
anything
well, now I gotta
everyone was
rewrite my
saying
whole
to
goddamn
me.
character, pretty
I'll,
much.
I'll come back to you as you're thinking about all this.
I got one.
Just follow the
Zach,
rules.
do
I thought it'd
you
be
do you
good.
have your
I can
remaining three
pull
themes?
this off. All right, circumstances.
nice.
We're gonna do circumstances.
Okay.
And the circumstance is that I am a traveler in a foreign land.
All right, that's 4 words, but I think I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Okay. I could just use bad grammar and say in foreign land.
Okay, very cool. A traveler in a foreign land. Again, like sort of implied by your previous theme book, but this will allow you to go into more specifics about how not just being from your homeland has affected your life and given you skills, but also now being a stranger in a strange land.
Totally.
So very cool. You got 2 more. Any idea what those might be?
Yeah, okay, so skill.
Mm-hmm.
Skill 1. Can I have 2 skills?
Yeah,
No, it's-
absolutely.
All right,
you
I'm
can take the same theme book multiple
all right,
times
great.
with different answers.
All right, I'm probably gonna do 2 skills then.
Okay.
And if the character changes before episode 1, you guys are just gonna have to suck it up.
We'll post these in the chat so we can.
So skill
build
first
together.
skill cooking.
Yeah, you're the cook.
Second skill sword fighting.
Boom.
Yeah, okay, very cool. And again, like that gives you its own set of things that you can draw upon, but when you use them, you're also gonna get that bonus from like your people's curved swords. So
Right.
like these themes interact with each other and build with each other. Now, maybe if you get disarmed at some point in the game, you
It's
don't
gonna be a
get
problem.
that bonus to the
Yeah,
the curved
I'm less good at
swords.
fighting.
Yeah. And so it becomes dynamic and interactive in a way I'm really excited about. So you are an imperial people, you are a foreigner traveling in a new land, you're a cook, and you're a sword fighter. Great visual of who this character is. Nate, are you ready to talk about what your 4 might be?
Sure. I'm gonna go for like a skiller trade, as a merchant.
Yeah.
Kind of get those person skills out there. Yeah, that kind of vibe. I'm debating for past, maybe like some kind of like highborn magic school.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
a
went to
graduate of some, or maybe
like
a dropout. You know.
yeah.
Oof.
So I'll definitely look into that. I'm probably just gonna go with another magic skill.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to have a secondary, not secondary as in less important, but a second magical ability, definitely be a little bit
Yeah,
more
probably either
versatile.
water magic or wind magic.
Very cool. Um, Dom, do you know what your remaining theme books are going to be?
Believe so. I'm gonna take companion, and companion is gonna be for our good old turtle guy. Let me.
Yeah, your
Yeah. So
giant
that's the
turtle
thing.
follower.
We're gonna have a big tortoise, probably. Is he gonna be a tortoise or a
Right,
turtle?
yeah, it's a land
Yeah.
based. It can be amphibious.
It
That's
could, yeah,
fine.
it for sure could.
It can be a
Usually they look like a
tortoise.
Galapagos or something, but honestly, like a weird
An
giant turtle
amphibious
would be kinda
vehicle would
fun.
be awesome.
Yeah,
An
I mean,
amphibious
There you
food
go.
truck.
I
Come
think
on,
so.
that's the coolest thing on the
No, yeah,
planet.
that's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm thinking like a giant box turtle. Like that could be pretty cool. We'll give you a giant
Yes.
snapping turtle. That'd be fucked though.
It can be a literal box turtle with like hinges on its shell that you can store stuff in.
Yep. Yep. I could do like two. We have one giant turtle, and then I have
And
just
one
a
little
box turtle
turtle.
that I
This
just like
is
have
my
on my
house
side.
turtle, and this is my tote turtle.
Yep. Okay, so at least one of them is the turtle, the companion. I was looking at magic. I think I'm gonna give myself magic. I'm gonna give
Lame.
myself a heal spell that probably makes me sick or something. Right.
Some sort of healing magic, and then anything maybe like related
And
to.
then I was thinking, so I wanted to just there was a couple that I saw, but I wanted to go circumstance because it would kind of fill out. I was kind of thinking, so I might switch this up because you mentioned college dropout, because I was thinking like a university dropout who dropped out of university for like biology when he realized he had magic powers and was like, this is going to be way easier. I'm going to become a paladin. And it's not going great. But he got a job at a tavern, which is pretty sick. So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because you said you were the like the maintenance man, so maybe something related to that.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool.
Tyler,
you said you were going to be like a walrus person, so I imagine that is a theme book for you.
Yes, people and what do your people call themselves or one of their members?
You don't have to
I'm a
answer
walrus
them.
person.
Nice.
You don't have to
No,
answer
but I
them
have
right
an
now.
answer for this one. Shut up.
Okay.
AVAC, if I'm pronouncing that right, or AVAC. I don't know. It's spelled right. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's the Inuit word for walrus.
Just
Nice.
like colloquially, like people would know you as like walrus folk, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
very
That's
good.
that's the rule book name, if you will.
Right. Just to be clear. What about your other two themes?
My other two themes, we took skill or trade, which is brewing, which we can extend to other things with my awesome super special secret mash paddle. And my last theme, we might go with devotion.
Yeah. What do you think?
And
you're
I'm devoted to the
flavor.
preservation of my species because we're endangered.
Oh damn.
Okay, that can provide some interesting things. I like that a lot. I think you guys have some really fun character ideas. I'm really excited to see how they work together. Do you guys have names for your characters at this point? Tentatively, yes, no?
No.
I mean, I could give you a name, but I'm just gonna change it.
All right.
Yeah, right.
Well, you listeners, you'll find out what to call these traveling restaurateurs in our first episode. There is a couple more steps that I want to talk about here to character creation. First off, after you've chosen your theme books, answered all those questions, come up with a quest for each theme, you're going to pick one backpack tag item from the general store in the book, which if you're reading through the book, you'll find on page 128. But this is an example of how your character is not just the themes you came up with. Yeah, those are the most important parts. Those are the semi-permanent parts of your character. We'll talk about that a little later. But there's more to you than just those 4 themes. You have items that you didn't define in those questions. You have skills, you have reputations and personality traits beyond that. And the general store, this backpack tag item, is your opportunity to add a little bit extra onto your character, but these are temporary. Once you use these items, you don't get like another bonus from them afterwards. The thing doesn't necessarily go away in story. It's not like if you choose a sword, it breaks the first time you use it, but just it isn't going to be something you can keep going back to as a gameplay resource. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're looking through the general store, it is things like armor and weapons, medicine, notes of information, stuff like that. It's very general. There's a lot of stuff there. I'm not gonna make you guys say what you're choosing for that right now. I'll give you time to look at it, but just keep that in mind. The next part of character creation is creating the fellowship, your party identity. This is something that you're going to decide together. You've already mostly done. We've talked about it a lot. But the question you need to answer now as a group is, who are you as a group? Again, 1 to 3 words for the answer.
Traveling Turtle Tavern.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, that's the one.
Traveling Turtle
alliteration.
Tavern. That's probably like your name, right? Like how you identify yourselves.
Yeah,
I think we
it's
probably
kinda,
have some creative, like I don't know,
but like honestly,
No, I think
Traveling
Traveling
Turtle
Turtle
Tavern.
Tavern is perfect.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
I was
pretty,
thinking something
name
pretty
shell
on
as well,
point.
Zach.
Yeah.
Shell of a
Um,
froth.
Shell Garden.
yeah.
Hear your family.
Bombshell.
The Shell Garden. That sounds so hipster.
Snapping tortoise.
On top of that, you guys are going to answer 2 power tag questions and 1 weakness tag question as a group, defining your fellowship. You'll see this on page 136 of the rulebook. You'll actually need to open the rulebook for this one.
Ugh.
Oh,
Fine.
Got the rule book.
It has things like, what do you do well together? What sort of special sources of information do you have? How do you help, assist, or support one another? Sort of just defining a little bit more about you guys collectively.
What helps us travel from one place to the next? Giant turtle.
I don't think that you need
I don't know if
to-
that one's necessary.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
actually been kind
Alright.
of skipping the things that are the answers, just giant turtle, because
Well,
Kinda
what do you guys think
central.
of? What special sources of information do you have? And just like it being the culinary world, like, you know, if you're like in a city and you work in a restaurant, like you get into other restaurants
maybe there's
easy,
other
like you're friends with
traveling
other.
restaurants. Like maybe that's just a thing that exists in this world, and when you cross paths, you like trade information. and you're like, oh, this town.
A little bit of competitive spirit between some of them.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah.
But also, like,
Difference.
hey, man, this town, they can't handle spice. Like, don't do spicy stuff.
Dude, somebody's gonna be
Yeah, it's
riding
the
a
American
bug
Midwest.
now.
Don't give
Oh
them
my God,
jalapenos.
It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, bug riders, freaking.
Look, black pepper, too spicy.
Oh God!
I honestly love that.
We
as,
just
like,
turn
a
around.
defining feature of our world. You guys
I
aren't
do.
just some weirdos with a turtle, like going from like this is just a thing that like.
I mean,
groups of
we
people do.
are
No, I-
unique
I
because of
think
the
it's kinda
turtle, but other people do
really
this
works.
shit
Yeah.
too. You know, on their
Yeah.
land or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yours is just a actual caravan? That's crazy.
It's ridiculous. Very silly. Very silly.
Horse-
God damn it! They have a
Basic.
flying castle.
So we've got like the traveling restaurant network that you rely upon. Let's get one more of these questions answered.
Um,
What do we do well together?
I mean, run a restaurant or run a tavern, right? I'm trying to see if there's anything particularly neat. What kind of special
What reputation or name have we made for ourselves?
Oh yeah, I did see that one. Did you guys have an idea for? I don't really care.
Oh, we make awesome seafood.
Sure, seafood.
What kind of special gear, resources, power? Yeah.
Yeah, great. It's just like your specialty
just make seafood.
dish.
It's just good.
I
like
Yeah,
it
we'll
a
put
lot.
specialty dishes.
What's a weakness tag for your fellowship? How do you get into trouble? What places or situations do you find tough to handle? Some good questions here.
Who or what threatens your fellowship or shared goals? Kind of have like a
rival food truck.
No, I was thinking like a governing body that is like against the food trucks.
Oh yeah.
No,
I
They're
like
just
that a lot.
Yeah, they're just like it's not safe and healthy for you to do this, and we're just like that's ridiculous. We follow all the rules.
And you can't stop us because we're not here tomorrow. Fuck you. We'll be gone before you fight us.
Your weakness is red tape.
I think that's pretty funny.
There's a health inspector that we have a specific rivalry
I know,
with.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
That's so good, Zach.
He follows us from town to town, trying to give us a D.
Your Prince Zuko is a health inspector.
Nice. There you go.
I burned my tongue on this food. Half its tongue is burnt.
Improperly stored dairy.
It's like, oh my God.
He has a great uncle that everybody loves that he travels with. Fantastic. Again, you are going to come up with a quest idea specific to your fellowship as well. So think about that offline, work together to come up with a defining quest of your fellowship.
Greatest tavern in the land, obviously, right?
Money.
We want to be
Feed
famous.
the people that need it. I kind of like the idea of just being good people that just feed people, like even if they can't pay, kind of vibes. I
Well,
feel
yeah,
like
they can wash
obviously we
dishes.
really
pay.
fits rustic
We
fantasy
charge
for
based
me.
on your income. Duh.
You're wearing some fancy jewels.
That's
You're
gonna.
gonna pay for that table as well.
Yeah.
The socialist fucking food truck.
Yeah, basically.
Of sorts, yeah.
Your prices
Sorry, we
are
have too many
according to
rich
your
people in
station.
at the moment. You're
A
gonna
little
have
bit
to
of
wait in
Robin Hoodie
line.
vibes.
Okay, guys, one last thing to talk about, and then I think we can wrap up and I can get prepping for our first session.
Next season.
You will each also have a relationship tag between each other. So, just generally speaking, what do you think your specific interpersonal relationships with one another might be?
I think Dom's kind of the landlord.
He's the super.
Right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it's
that
his
makes sense to me.
turtle,
It's my
kind of.
turtle. Well, I'll get into the
I mean,
details of that
he
when I'm doing
doesn't
the
own the
companion.
turtle. They're friends, though.
I mean, I might
He's
own
our
the
Master
turtle.
Roshi.
Not that I, but like, you can
That's
own a
really
dog.
messed
It's
up
not
that
like,
you would try to own a living thing, Dom.
really? You think that's messed up?
So the relationship tags here, again, just 1 to 3 words that represent like what your characters are to each other. It can be like an actual relationship, like brothers or married couple, or whatever. It can be an emotion, like
I think Tyler and I are brothers.
Are you
The
an
walrus
also a
and the
walrus?
foreigner.
Walrus and the foreigner guy?
It can be like rival, mentor, jealous, angry, in love, good company. Like, these are just some of the options I'm reading from
Mhm.
the examples here.
All right. Well, I wouldn't mind a little bit of a healthy rivalry between the walrus actually on what the center of the tavern is, like whether whether he's serving the best beer or I'm serving the best food.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah, are we a pub
I like
or are we a
that.
brew pub?
really coming to the
Yeah.
tavern? That's really good. You cool with that, Tyler? A friendly rivalry?
Yes. No, I love that. I love that.
Absolutely. Friendly rivalry between the brewer and the chef. How about between a front of house and maintenance? What do you think the relationship might be there?
Siblings?
Well, there you go. Boom. Easy.
Yeah, you guys want to be siblings in game?
Yeah, sure. I could do that.
Cool, it's done.
So enthusiastic.
I don't know. I'm trying.
No, I think it's a great idea.
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys could pull off brothers in
I know, it's going to be tough.
fantasy, you know?
Let's see what's up.
Two siblings who
totally
went into business together and, seeing how it
It
goes.
totally worked out.
You've taken different paths. One's a druidy person, one's a illusionist.
You're both college dropouts.
Very cool. You guys will create these, for each of your interpersonal dynamics. So think about what those might be as we get ready for our first session, which will be next time on Escape the Dungeon.
Woo! Yeah!
Thank you for listening to Escape the Dungeon. Escape the Dungeon is created by Dom Brass, Nate Brass, Zach Brass, and Mike Cripps, with editing and original music by Tyler Niddle. If you enjoyed this show, please consider subscribing and leaving a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app. To find us on social media, go to escapethedungeonpod.com.